Thanks for logging online. This is WTXL Sunrise Second Cup. I'm Greg Angel.
And I'm Kelly Bartoli. Two very special guests with us here this morning. Can you introduce yourselves?
I'm Kim Bideau from Sweat Therapy Fitness.
And I'm Durham. I teach at Leon High School.
And a man with an incredible
I was going to say, people might recognize you from last night on ABC's Extreme Weight Loss, the star of the 2-hour show. What was that like, getting to watch your weight loss journey?
Oh, it was an incredible experience to watch what was the year of my life, you know. Brought back a lot of memories. Sometimes it was odd seeing yourself, and sometimes I felt like I was right back in that place. It was great.
From what we saw on TV last night, how much of that was TV and how much of that was reality? You know, I'm sure Chris Powell's a tough guy.
No, he's a real deal. You know, what you see is what you get with him. He called me yesterday, right before the show. He just has been a major part of my life. My dad calls him heaven sent. That show, almost everything you see is what really happened. There are some things that were enhanced, I think, or yeah, to make some shots that they had to do. Sometimes you would do more than one take of some things, but everything else was real.
Sometimes 50 push-ups turn into 100.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
What was that like when you're in the show, you're in that environment, and you have someone pushing you, watching what you're eating? How difficult was it to come back to your everyday life?
It was probably the hardest because when you are in that environment, you are set up for success. All you do, your job is to get up, eat correctly, move your body, eat correctly, go to sleep. You know, that's what you do. If you don't succeed there, then I think there's an issue there. Coming home, you have your influences of your life. So you have your job, or you have, in my case, I have my parents who I take care of also, and the pressures of just life, you know. So that was the big success at boot camp did not translate necessarily to a huge success at home at the beginning.
Tell me a little bit about your relationship. Kim, you own Sweat Therapy here in town, and basically you were the Chris Powell when he was gone.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
A friend, a colleague, put us together and said, you know, I wish you would meet this guy. You know, I think you two would connect. And then Linda Teague, and she came back a couple of months later and said, you know, he's going to be on one of those weight loss shows. And I was like, well, when he comes back from that weight loss show, whatever he's on, she couldn't remember the name of it, he's going to need, you know, somebody. And then one day, I was there training, and here comes this very large man.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like,
right.
You know,
right.
And I said, come back. And we just,
Click.
we chatted and talked and just made that immediate connection. And we've been a team ever since. And, you know, every day we worked out, we text. I had to weigh him and video him. I got to see him in his underdrawers. He would strip down to everything.
There was no shame.
But you lost 180 pounds.
188 pounds.
180 pounds. You're a very giddy guy. You know, we've heard previously from a lot of your students at Leon High School that, I mean, your personality just takes the stage. But what other changes have you just felt about yourself?
That's another great question. I will tell you that some of, which kind of was hit upon on the show, that some of that persona, the mask sounds like almost like a negative, but there were times when I wasn't necessarily feeling that, I don't know, that jovial. And so
look at you with the moves right there. You got some good moves.
That was cool. Yeah. But you know, I think this show allowed me to get in touch with being who I really am, not always feeling that I had to be happy or had to be that kind of jolly guy. You know, sometimes you don't feel like being like that, and sometimes you don't have to be like that. It allowed me to get in touch with anger, and it allowed me to kind of discover that I am a bit of a warrior. I know how to work. I'm not a quitter. These are things I didn't know before. So
it's an incredible journey, and we appreciate you sharing part of your story with us, Kim and Rod Durham as well. You can learn much more about Rod here on our website, WTXL.tv.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
so much exciting stuff. So many more questions. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.